Hello. I'm just looking at the DAX index here. European session. I did try to record the Nasdaq last night, the US session. However, I ended up recording for about 2 hours, watching the market for 2 hours. I took one trade, which lasted a couple of minutes, and I made about 1% yesterday in the end. But I decided not to post a video because I didn't want to post a 2-hour video for a trade that I was in for like 2 minutes. And then I tried to record the DAX here on the open, but I realized that my microphone was switched off, or my headset was switched off, and I did one execution, and I realized I couldn't hear the execution sound from my trading software, TradingView. And I realized something was wrong with my headset, and I just figured out that I hadn't actually turned it on. So I decided to delete that video. I made a loss of $80 on that one. So I'm technically still up like less than 1% for the week. So nothing really gained, nothing lost so far. Yeah, so just looking at the DAX at the moment. It's about 2 hours and 10 minutes into the session here. There's a big rally on the open. I tried to short something, which I sat down at the computer a little bit late and rushed into it, and I thought that a short signal was triggering here below this bar. But if I zoom in, I just sort of sat down and I thought, okay, it's triggering a short. I'm going to short it. I shorted in quarter size, like small size, but it didn't actually even trigger the short signal, so I went short, and the entire world went long in that same instance. I stop up here, above the high of the day. I shorted down here, and then this immediately went against me, so I got out. Yeah. Just, seeing what it's going to do now. There was a huge gap up, about 200 points today. So from yesterday's close down here, and then the market opens here. So it gapped up about 200 points. I was wondering if could potentially do some kind of gap fill, but it just went berserk here. And then I was thinking also that yesterday was technically a bear bar. So the market opened here and then went up and sold off and closed down here with a tail on the bottom and a bigger tail on the top. So I thought, even if this goes above the high of yesterday, I thought maybe there'll be more sellers above that daily bar because it's a bear bar. It looks like a bull bar here on the chart, on the daily chart here, but that's the Globex session. The actual European session, it was actually a bear bar. So I thought, above a bear bar, it's probably not a good buy signal, a random bear bar. So I thought maybe swing traders would be shorting above that bar. it's had a big spike on the daily chart, a bit of sideways, and now it looks as though it could potentially just want to just make a huge rally like the Nasdaq. Just go above the high of the all-time highs and just keep going higher. Not quite that sure. There's a big rally. Let's see. Let's have a look at the depth of this retracement. So it's about 61% down here. Buyers stepping in. It seems. Double bottom. Bull flag potentially now. It is technically a slightly higher low here. There. Right there. A higher low. Double bottom, higher low. So maybe it's going back up. But it did have a significant pullback of more than 50% of the opening sort of breakout level. So I think a pullback of 50% or more than 50% might signal some weakness. Possibly, I don't know. So a lot of buying and then a big bear bar here on the 15-minute chart closing on its low and getting some follow through to more bear bars on the 15-minute chart. So I think the momentum right now is to the downside. There's a sell-off and some follow through. Yeah, it's just about to close this bar here. It closes a tiny bull bar. Interesting. The bulls are trying to step in. Just a question of, is there enough bulls at this level? Or are they looking to buy a deeper pullback? Yeah, I think right now it's going down. I think the direction is down right now. Even though there's been a fair bit of support at this level, it seems. But as for a target, I'm not sure. So I think I should be looking for shorts. Possibly. There is actually, however, two bull bars on the chart now on the 5-minute chart. So some consistent buying here, it seems. The second bull bar is a tiny, tiny body. It's pretty much a doji actually. But it has trending highs and trending closes with the prior bar and trending lows. So there is a small trend here in this. I mean, yeah, you can sort of see it here. A small trend. So there is some trending. So I think buyers are trying to step in to hold it up. There's 8, 9 overlapping bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. possibly a 10th one now. Okay, let's have a little look here. I was contemplating shorting it just then. This bear bar here. Low one short, and a low two short here. Oh no, low two short there. Yeah. Might still get a good opportunity to short. Yeah, that would have been a great short, I think. Would have already had a 1-to-1. Wondering whether to short this bar now. It's a strong looking breakout. I will short it. It's risking a little bit more than I would like. It's a bear bar closing below the lows here, and a strong looking one closing on its low. So it's going against me immediately, it seems. My difficulties with the DAX continue, it seems. I'm sort of trusting that this is a bear trend now. Two bull bars going against me now. Not looking good. The DAX just getting the better of me today. frustrating start to the day for me because every time I've clicked a button, I've been seeing red. It's difficult. Thought maybe gap fill. That would be insane if they did that. I'll be like 200 points down. It did make a bear bar here on the 15-minute chart, which is slightly encouraging, but it's got a tail on the bottom. I'm not sure. It seemed like the direction was down. But my entry very bad. Just wondering whether to close it out here for a small loss, or whether to trust that this is now a bear trend and manage it somehow. Maybe adjust my stop loss here. Something. Did just make a new low. In the grand scheme of things, it looks like a spike and a bear channel now. So maybe profit taking at new lows rather than people selling at new lows more. Maybe selling the high of the bear channel. Does look like some kind of support areas here potentially, this trading range. It's a risky position, I think. Come on, DAX. It's been now 1, 2, 3. 3 bear bars on the 30-minute chart. And 2 big bull bars on the 30-minute chart on the open. I'm encouraged that this is potentially some consistent selling pressure now. See if I can actually catch catch some kind of move down. I'm a little bit nervous because everything I've done has immediately gone against me. So I almost feel just like giving up. And just kind of resetting. Just trying to stay calm a little bit. I do sometimes get a bit nervous when I'm trading, especially the DAX. It's not my friend. Might take profit here, I think. I will. Seeing as though I'm almost 1-to-1, having been in pretty significant drawdown here after this entry. But when the market is moving down like this and consistent lower highs, lower lows, I'm sort of thinking the direction is down. And I just try to remember that when I'm in some kind of strong trend, even if I was to buy at this bull trend, even if I bought right here, if I'm right about the direction and the strength of the trend, say I bought right here and had my stop loss somewhere, I'd still be okay. When you're trading with the trend, it's very forgiving because all the surges happen in the direction of the trend is still okay. So I judged that this is a downtrend now. I thought if I stay whilst this was pulling back against me, after getting in here, I thought if I'm correct that this is a downtrend, I'd probably be forgiven. Which is why it's, I think, good for me, mostly to scalp with the trend. But yeah, it's been a very difficult start to the week for me. Yesterday I had a difficult trading range open in the DAX, and then a position in the Nasdaq where I entered, I'll just show it. It's just incredible. actually entered right here. So the open was here, and then it made a double bottom here with the open, and I entered right here at 57, right there. And then I took profit up here somewhere, made 1%, and then I was watching the market rally and rally and rally and rally and rally up here and rally, and just like, why did I get out? Look at this, you know. Yeah, I had a really strong opportunity there, but just unable to hold. So it's been tough for me somehow this week. Yeah. Anyway, I got about $260 on that trade. 263. So I'm trading a 32k account because I've been making some profit. So it's less than 1%, but it's something. And it was about 26 points because I'm trading $10 a point in here in the DAX. The other thing that made me very nervous about that trade was my stop loss. I normally don't like trading these big bars, and this bar was a big bar for me. So it was, I think, about just under 30 points my stop loss, about 27 points, 28 points. So that is a big bar for me to scalp the 2-minute chart. I normally like to think about I felt like FOMO up here because I thought, oh, it's going down. It's a downtrend. I should just sell it for a new low. And then I felt like I was FOMOing here, so it made me nervous selling this big bar. And yeah, immediately got a pullback. So it just made me nervous. Had I not taken profit, I'd be at break even right now, looking at a big reversal bar. So looks like it was right to take profit at a new low. Bear channel. Everyone's seemingly taking profit at new lows, so it starts pulling back immediately. Instead of selling more at new lows, people take profit and try to sell higher in a bear channel. But I think bear channel is technically a bull flag according to the Albrook's trading course. So it has a significantly higher chance to break out to the upside. So it can be very difficult to trade a bear channel for me, or a bull channel for that matter, because it requires you to sell a bull, like a bear channel requires you to sell a bull bar sometimes. I just don't trade that way. I like to sell a bear bar. So for that reason, bear channel, bull channel. Bull channel requires you to buy a bear bar. There was an example of that in the Nasdaq yesterday that I was looking at. When I was missing out on the big rally after getting out. There was a bar here. So all these bars, look, all these bars here, they're bear bars and they require you to buy them and you get profit. And then it sells off again in a bear bar and people buy it and they get a profit and take profit at new highs. Another bear bar, 2, 3 bear bars, and it goes up and they take profit at new highs again. And then they buy the pullback, take profit again, and then just as about to break out at the high of the day, there was a big bear bar. Look, bear bar, people buy it in a channel, profit at new highs. This bear bar. I thought, oh my god, I should probably be buying it, but I don't trade like that. And then, bang, new high. I was like, I give up. So it was really difficult. I was just watching this the whole time thinking, you need to buy a pullback, you need to buy a pullback, but at the same time, I don't want to buy a freaking bear bar. Which makes it difficult for me to trade channels. It is what it is. Decent rally now after this reversal bar. I mean, I can see this channel in my mind's eye, something like this. And then it does something what the computers perceive to be excessive, like break the low of the channel. And the computers, they think it's climactic, so they buy it. I'm betting on the fact that it'll keep going back up into the channel, coming down. It'll be interesting to see if it breaks out of this channel. It could have like 2 legs up. I do see that a fair bit. I usually don't draw these drawings anymore because I can see the channel in my mind's eye. But it's probably still useful to do it, I don't know. But yeah, a spike in a channel is a very common pattern. A spike is usually how trends begin. This is a difficult day. Broad bull channel. Very deep pullbacks. Look at this. Like 80% pullbacks all the time. Really difficult to trade for me. So here's a spike on the open, pullback, and then the spike is often the beginning of a trend. So it spikes down, pulls back, and then starts trending down. A spike here, sideways, and then it starts trending up. Very easy, of course, to identify after the fact. Not so easy to trade. It's 3 hours into the session now. I normally don't trade after about 1.5 hours. So I'm wondering whether to just accept that it's been a difficult couple of days for me and just go and get some rest and come back and see what I can do in the Nasdaq. Oh, I went for a skate before the session, so I was rushing back. And I actually, after the skating, I went out for lunch with my friend, and we had a parmigiana, which was really, really nice. It was down at the local pub near the ice rink, and I had a beer actually as well, a really dark beer, really nice flavour. However, I just felt really tired because I think the meal was really fatty because I put cheese on the top of the chicken schnitzel and chips and a salad, and then having a beer, and all this after doing a pretty hard skate. I just felt really sleepy and tired when I sat down to trade, and on top of it I was late. I just felt like I just made immediately a bad decision. I sold short right here. And then it's just like, fuck. Why did I just click a button as soon as I got onto the computer? Why not just wait a little bit and see what the market's doing, get an impression for what it's doing? Classic mistake for me. I sometimes just take one look at the chart and I'm like, I need to buy this, without thinking things through. And then of course I sold here and immediately saw red again. I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah. It's just tough for me today. I try my best to remain as objective as I can, but I do sometimes get emotional when I trade. Like taking a loss can be sort of jarring for me. I mean, it's part of trading, but I still don't like taking like consecutive losers. It just pisses me off. Oh well. Turned out to be a good trade in the end because I thought, okay, so selling the bar that's closing below these two lows. I thought if you're a bull, you don't like seeing that. You might cover you might realize, oh shit, this is going down. And you might sell your long if you're holding a long. You might think, it's not looking good. Big bear bar closing on its low. Probably going to get some follow through. But it didn't. Immediately started going up. Probably should have waited to sell these two consecutive bear bars and then put my stop above that bear bar. Tiny risk, decent reward. Of course now it's fucking rallying. Should be long. Look, 3 consecutive bull bars now. Nice little trap for bears. Because I'm scalping, I oftentimes avoid being trapped like that. Because I'm in and out quick. I'm just trying to sort of like figure out where the next 2 or 3 bars are going. Not worry about catching big swings. I'll stop the recording and I'll post it anyway, but not super impressive. Yeah.